The tone of Secret Invasion is easily the strongest aspect. It is by far the grittiest, most grounded and most serious project that Marvel Studios has made in quite some time, with surprisingly and refreshingly very little comedy. I don't mind the Marvel humour for the most part, but recently they have been a bit 50-50 with their placement of it. But in Secret Invasion, it's really just a handful of humorous moments, which are just banter between characters, or Olivia Colman just being plain awesome. And for the most part, I enjoyed seeing a more vulnerable side to Nick Fury, because up until this point he's been, the badass Nick Fury with the eye patch. But in this, he's a lot more weathered down, and he has a bit more humanity. And I say humanity in quotation marks because Disney has this weird fetish with taking legacy characters and giving them humanity by just making them really beat down and depressed. Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Indiana Jones, now Nick Fury. He spends a lot of this show kind of lumbering around and coughing a lot. But there were bits and pieces of characterization to Nick Fury and some other characters sprinkled throughout the show that I did appreciate. But a lot of that stuff is kind of forgotten about because the overall storyline of Secret Invasion underwhelming. Annoyingly, this is yet another Disney Plus show that Disney insisted on being 6 episodes long. Why? Why 6 episodes? And if you're going to do 6 episodes, make them an hour long each. The finale of Secret Invasion was 36 minutes, including recaps and credits. I think the 6 episode thing really hurt this show the most because the story just feels so compressed into that 6 episode limit, and it isn't given enough time to properly breathe and develop, and as a result the story just doesn't feel as grand scale as it should. It couldn't really capture a good sense of paranoia and intrigue, which is what this story really needed. When you have shape-shifting Skrulls who can take the appearance of anybody, specifically they're taking the forms of people in government and trying to take over the world, hence Secret Invasion, paranoia and intrigue, pretty damn important. For the most part, they just failed to really capture that effectively. There were 1 or 2 times where the show took me by surprise with the Skrull shape-shifting thing, but not to a massive extent. It's literally just a character taking the appearance of somebody else in a scene, but not like another major character, apart from one part in the finale. And you build up to episode 6, and you have a typical big Marvel CGI spectacle fight scene between Gaia and Gravik, who both possess all the powers of the Avengers, I guess. They're using powers of Doctor Strange, Hulk, Drax, and who else? Korg, Captain Marvel. It's a bit silly, actually. It feels out of place with the gritty tone that they established in the first 5 episodes. And also the shots of Emilia Clarke. She stood there, she's like glowing like Captain Marvel, while she has one Drax hand and one Korg hand. It's a bit ridiculous. There was a part towards the end of the finale where it looked like it was about to have a really squeaky clean ending, and I was starting to roll my eyes. But then they leave off with some consequences and some ramifications that are kind of interesting. But I'm not getting myself too excited given the underwhelming series that came before it. But also, given the sheer volume of content that Marvel is doing now, it's going to be like 5 or 6 years until we see this next chapter of the story anyway. So despite a really good tone and some decent bits of characterization throughout, Secret Invasion, unfortunately, is another post-Endgame letdown for Marvel. This story really could have benefited from more episodes, probably more than any other Marvel show. I think 8 at the very minimum. I mean, they gave Andor 10 episodes. Why not Secret Invasion? Supposedly, Marvel are slowing down and concentrating more on their quality rather than their quantity. And I really hope that's the case because I want the MCU to start feeling special again.